Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review for Halloween month of October. And reviewing another film that I enjoyed this year. Now this film, when I first saw the teaser, I was kind of like, not technically so sure on it though. But I was proven wrong. I was proven wrong on this, and I really did enjoy it. And that is of Jordan Peele's Nope. Yep. So Nope, directed by Jordan Peele, which I enjoy. Get Out. Us, I wasn't really a fan of, especially the ending. And he produced on the last year's Candyman movie. He produced it though. He didn't direct it though, but was another pointless remake that I didn't like. You know, especially with his messages in that one. But I enjoyed Nope. And I thought the cast did a good job. You have Daniel Kaluuya, who Jordan Peele used previously in Get Out as Chris. I enjoyed him as Chris in the movie Get Out, and I enjoyed his character here in Nope. And then you got Keke Palmer, who starred in Nickelodeon's True Jackson VP, which I'm like, really, her? You could have had someone else to play as him. So, but although I was kind of sketchy at first, I'm like, her from Nickelodeon. You know, she's from Nickelodeon. But I thought she did good as well. Originally thought that Keke Palmer was gonna be an annoying character, but it turns out she wasn't. To me, she wasn't, and then you have Steven Yeun, you know, from Glenn from The Walking Dead. He's in this as well. And how it opens up with his character, but who was a whole lot younger when he was a kid, right? There was a sitcom that he was starring in when young Steven Yeun was starring in, and it involved like this chimpanzee, and it goes, pun intended, ape shit. So. But I thought Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer did a good job with each other. I thought they did buy them as brother and sister. And so they own this ranch house. Wait, it was open up, right? And the father of Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya is played by Keith David, which, that's Keith David. I haven't seen him in a while. Always nice to see Keith David again. And the nitpick right off the back. The nitpick I have with it that they shouldn't killed off Keith David, because I enjoy him as an actor. I thought he's a bit underrated. So it sucks that he had a certificate had to put. So that's one issue. I wish they wouldn't have killed him off like that, because I enjoyed Keith David, you know, especially from playing Goliath and among others. So. But Steven Yeun, they both did a good job. That which leads to this abandoned a zoo, yeah, where this guy named William, who works at I'm getting confused again, I'm sorry. So I'm starting to fall asleep, and it's starting to affect me, you know. But I was saying, it sucked that because Keith David died at the start of the film, because he was looking up and all of a sudden something hit his eye, which was a coin. So he falls to the horse, he dies on the way to the hospital, sadly. I enjoyed the movie though, regardless. And then you have and then eventually they come across this tech guy who works at Fry's Electronics, which it's fun to see that one around here. But The guy does eventually offers to, because he said, because he knows he asked them if you're searching for a UFO, and he gets a little bit excited about it. He wants to be there to capture it as well. So the next day, like after nothing happens, they find a cloud that doesn't seem quite right. So when they go over there, they find out that the cloud has not yet moved yet. So they figure out that the thing is hiding itself in a cloud. But and then when but I was saying that it sucked that Keith David died right at the very start of the film because I love Keith David. But they fake accused that while he died because a coin got ingested. He was looking up and a coin fell from the sky and it got him right in the eye. And then with the tech guy, who was the guy's name? Who was the tech guy? Brendan Perea. And he's like, gets excited when they want to capture a UFO. And then, the whole thing with the title, Nope, which that was an anagram for Not a Planet Earth, though, but it's actually just the term Nope because, which that was kind of funny that when Daniel Kaluuya goes to the barn, he finds these small figurines, and like there's like kind of like aliens like coming towards him, and then Daniel Kaluuya says, Nope, nope, fuck this, I'm out of here. Which I thought was pretty funny, but it turns out these aliens were actually kids of Stephen Yeun. We were just pranking him because he took a piece of thing off their property. And or Barry when he was in his, there's a scene when he was further in the movie when he was in his truck and he opens the door and he's looking up and he sees it directly above him and he goes and says Nope. Which I thought the whole concept of usage of Nope was fine. It, like they didn't use it like 100 times. To me, it doesn't matter though. But what was I saying? I forgot now. Don't you just hate that? But they find that this thing hasn't moved once. It's hidden inside a cloud, and this cloud has not moved once. So that was to see where they were going with that. And then one thing to know, they call in Michael Wincott, which Michael Wincott I like him too. He was the bad guy in Eddie Murphy's Metro, and he was also sadly he was in Alien Resurrection, which he didn't do nothing. He did nothing in the movie, so it was too bad because I like the good points that he just goes and gives. But Stephen Yeun, we can see a bit more of his backstory, like how he survived because the chimp liked him. They gave him they're trying to give him the fist bump. I'm like, everybody's dead, right? And so where is security on all this? But when they do show up, they shoot the chimp in the head. So there goes that. They do shoot him in the head. And also with the noise effects of the UFOs, like when they're approaching, I swear, like I said before about the first teaser of Orca the Killer Whale, I swear they use that for the screaming sounds for Ford turned out to be correct, which I did enjoy. So, anyway, I was saying back with Stephen Yeun, with the tragedy he had with that chimp, on set, it kind of did affect him, Like, there was a point where on SNL they made fun of it, and he said, that was funny, though, but inside he wasn't laughing at all. It really did mess him up, screw him up a bit. So he decided to build, like, this attraction, tried to make a profit off of that, and then kind of knew about the whole alien thing, right, because he's been taking horses and other stuff, to feed it, right? And the thing is, though, like, so you can't tame it. But the thing is, and it didn't work. So during this new show that he was doing, tried to sacrifice this one horse, but actually ended up consuming him and his family and the audience. And you get this real creepy thing where it shows that they're inside, how they're inside the UFO, and it shows them like in this little space between them, which is kind of creepy. And then you hear them, and then from Daniel Kaluuya can hear them outside screaming. It's actually digesting them, you know. That's why you hear them screaming. They're just being digested, which that was very creepy to hear that, you know, because you get the idea that they are being eaten alive, basically. And I like that. I like the fact that the UFO itself is actually a monster in and of itself, which I thought was kind of a nice twist to that. It technically was a monster of its own. Hey, sorry about this call. You can see it transfers from dark to day now because I cut this part. I edited this part here because I cut half of this, the second half of this review out of it because because I was just dozing off and falling asleep. That's why. Because no one wants to see me just like, and I was just mumbling, stumbling my words and saying other things other than the movie. So I cut this second half here out. So I apologize for that. But anyway, getting back into what I was talking about before, that and after when the UFO, we'll call it a UFO though, but after it finished digesting the people, it just goes and spits out everything, like all the non-organic stuff, like the metal stuff, right? Because that's why earlier in the start of the film, that's what killed Keith David, because he was looking up and then a coin just got lodged in his eye, and that's what killed him, you know? And so it just all the metal all the metals, like the coins or other stuff that people had on them, I guess. And then, like, when Daniel Kaluuya and, when Keke Palmer and the tech guy, they were in the house, and Daniel Kaluuya was in his truck, right? And then all of a sudden, the house, it starts, all around the house, it just starts raining blood down, covering the whole house with blood. And I was like, that was a very, visually a little creepy image as well, you know? And Daniel Kaluuya, he was stuck in his truck, right? And while this horse just crashed into this plastic horse came crashing through the windshield. So and then so after that they call in Michael Wincott, who is like a filmmaker. They want him to capture this, which I like Michael Wincott too, as an actor. He was the bad guy in Eddie Murphy in Metro, and then of course he didn't do nothing in Alien Resurrection, sadly. I didn't like Alien Resurrection, but he didn't do nothing in that movie either. So they call him in he wants to help capture the UFO as well. And what they learn is that it's like with an animal, since Daniel Kaluuya he's a horse trainer, right? It's like, you know how they say never look the animal in the eye, right? Well, here, you know, you just don't when everyone sees when they look it up, right? You know, and that's when they get sucked in, right? Well, they just learned that, you know, just basically don't look the thing in the eye, basically. You know, just don't look up. Just keep your head down, right? And even same thing with the horses, you know, try to make I think when he blindfolds the horse, you know, so that way it doesn't look at anything as well. I think he did that, yeah. And then when they try to capture the UFO, like this idiot on a motorcycle works for TMZ. He wants to capture it too, and this guy's an idiot, so he just starts zooming in because since that this UFO also has a power to turn off all electricity power to everywhere else. The guy, his motorcycle gets shut off right immediately and just sends him flying, and he gets his leg broken. Daniel Kaluuya tries to go over to help him, but the thing is, it's too late for him, so he just goes and leaves his ass, and for him to get sucked up, you know. But there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do about it. And then leading to another that also the sounds of the UFO. Like I said, I thought that was only like in the trailer though, but it's actually in the movie though. Like the sound of the UFO, this screaming sound, right? Because it sounded familiar though, because this type of screaming I heard ever since I heard from the sound of in Orca the Killer Whale. the '77 movie Orca the Killer Whale, when the female orca was being killed by Richard Harris, it made this horrible screaming sound. I heard that same sound for the UFO, right? I'm like, wait a minute, that's screaming. I heard that since Orca the Killer Whale. I mean, how they come up with sound for this UFO when the female orca was being killed by Richard Harris? I thought it was kind of like a weird choice, I was like, okay, hey, I like Orca the Killer Whale, so why not? But and then Michael Wincott, how he says he also wants the perfect shots, like, but eventually he gets killed. Like, he wants to take the whole thing, and as he's getting lifted up, seeing the whole thing inside it, but sadly, that was the end for him, though, sadly. But I like Michael Wincott. It's just too bad that I think they could not have killed him off, I would say. And then Daniel Kaluuya starts racing back towards that little western town that Stephen Yeun had, and how they plan to release this big old balloon of himself, of Stephen Yeun's character. He has this big balloon of himself with all the little flags, right? Because I think it doesn't like flags for some reason. Because like earlier in the movie, when they took the plastic horse, attached all these little pennant flags attached to it. I guess it didn't like that, I guess. And then Keke Palmer, which I said I buy these two worked as brother and sister, because like I said, originally I thought she was gonna be like I said before, I thought she was gonna be annoying in this movie. Turns out she wasn't, and I like how the little thing they did with the little brother sister thing. They did this, like this. I like that the little gestures the two of them had. And so Keke Palmer, she goes back. She also goes there as well. There's this well that has a camera on it where you can take your picture of looking down the well. Well, it's like one of those real ones. You reel it and then it takes a picture, right? So she was trying to get the perfect shot, so that so they can bring to the authorities, so they can see what's going on here, And until finally, which is how when the design of the UFO when it expands itself, the way it looks, I thought it was a cool looking imagery of this, how this whole thing when it like expands itself. And eventually, when it eats the balloon, but then it pops, and then it doesn't like that. Then that's for what I forgot what that's what kills it, I guess. And that's when Keke Palmer got the picture, and the tech guy, he survives because he fell down a hill and he got himself tangled up in some barbed wire. But he was gonna get sucked up, but thanks he got caught in the barbed wire, he didn't. So he survived. He survived that. Which I forgot to mention, he works for Fry's Electronics. I'm like wow, Fry's Electronics. I thought they were not around anymore because like about over a year ago, I had a Fry's Electronics around near my place, right? And they closed down because probably due to COVID, I'm like, oh wow, I thought there was no more Fry's Electronics around here no more, but I guess in this movie there is. So, and then since they got the perfect shot, they can bring this to authorities, and they're probably going to sell it to make money to help save their farm, right? Because for a while their farm was not making that much money, so they can sell this and just save their farm now. But yeah, Nope. I really did enjoy this film. Like I said, from the teaser, I thought that the teaser was well edited. I was a little bit sketchy on because of Jordan Peele, because I hated Candyman that he produced, and then I wasn't a fan of Us, especially the ending of that movie. So, but I did enjoy Get Out. I still think Get Out is the guy's best movie. So this will be second. So, but I really did enjoy Nope. And here I'm not much more coherent now, making more sense now, because the second half of this review that I just took out, because I was just like, I also started speaking other things, about different other movies, and I was like, I ain't keeping that, because no one wants to see me make me like a falling asleep and making me say other nonsense, So here now I'm much more energetic now, and I'm more coherent now. So, but like I said, the cast, I thought they did a good job, especially Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. I thought they both did a really good job. The guy, I forgot the guy's name, who plays the tech guy from Fry's Electronics. I thought he did pretty decent as well. I like Michael Wincott. It's too bad they killed him off. And same thing with Keith David. Like I said before, I enjoy Keith David. I think he's an underrated actor from John Carpenter's The Thing, John Carpenter's They Live. He's a voice of Goliath from Disney's Gargoyles. I enjoy Keith David in other films. I liked him in Volcano and among other movies. It's just too bad. I know he played the dad though, but they just killed him off right at the start of the movie. I mean, I wasn't overall bugged by it, but the thing is, I'm like, oh, come on, this is Keith David. You know, you're not going to just kill him off right at the start of the movie like that. That was my first reaction when I first saw that. I was like, oh, really, kill him off already? That's just how much I like Keith David as an actor. You know, just you know, he's a good actor. Use him a bit more. You know. But that's just me though. But like a lot of the creepy images, you know, like I said with the UFO, how the way it looks, and just the fact that the twist that it's actually a monster itself, not aliens inside of it. The UFO itself is actually a monster. I like that. How the way how it kills people, just eats them alive, and you hear you see the inside of the UFO, how the way it just digests them and then spits everything back out. You know, like all the metal stuff. Especially the image where it just starts raining down blood on the house. And also with Steven Yeun's backstory, right back when he was a kid on the sitcom, which I'm like, you know, if this thing would this little chimpanzee went ape shit, you know, literally ape shit, which kind of reminds me that what was the movie Shock Mode with that killer baboon? I think Roddy McDowall was in it. I think I remember was, but finally, like it didn't kill Steven Yeun when he was a kid though. They did the fist pump, and then finally when the police finally got it, they shot it. And Steven uses it was a tragic backstory, you know. It did really traumatize him, but then how they went on SNL and made parody of it. But they said, oh, it was funny though. But to him inside, it wasn't funny at all. And then he tries to use that same thing he used to make some money, you know, by making how he made this park of himself. Especially if people who are fans of The Walking Dead, hey, Steven Yeun's in it. It'll be nice to see him though. It's nice to see him though, because people who are fans of The Walking Dead and liked Glenn, you know. And then how the fact he tried to like I said, he tries to control this thing because by giving what it wants, what he eats, right? He's been given cattle or horses to feed the thing, but sadly this doesn't work. He can't control what you don't know, or especially what the thing is, right? So he thinks he tried to do it again by having an audience, you know, having an audience watching this thing eat the horse, you know, and doesn't work though. Everyone just starts looking up, and then they all get sucked in. Steven Yeun and his family, they all get sucked in, and all the audiences as well, including kids too. You know, there was kids in the audience, so all of them just get sucked up and eaten up, you know. But I enjoyed Nope. You know, I thought, you know, the whole Nope, you know, was with the anagram was not of planet Earth though, but it actually was Nope. Like the funny moments with Daniel Kaluuya when he was in his in the stable, right? When these three little figures we thought they were aliens, and he's like, "Nope, I'm out of here." Or when we was about to get in his truck, look up the UFO, he's like, "Nope, screw this." So yeah, I get the whole thing of the whole Nope aspect for the title was. And I thought, which I turns out it was funny to me, you know, which I was like, really? Nope, really? That was a silly title, but when the film plays it out in the movie, I was like, now I understand. Okay, now it's funny to me now. So yeah, but I really enjoyed Nope. It's definitely one of my top favorite films this year. Now, you can say it did get positive reviews from critics. I think it has a 70-some% on Rotten Tomatoes. And the film made money, over $100 million in the U.S., and overall close to $200 million worldwide. So the film definitely made money. And the film, but while the critics praised the movie, some people were mixed about it. They say they compared it like Jaws. In my case, I love Jaws, one of my all-time favorite movies. If that's a good, I think once they compare it like Jaws to me, that's a good thing, you know. Hey, it's a Jaws, but it's an alien monster ship, you know, but a monster. Okay, you want to throw it that way? That's good for me, you know. And the people say it's not. It wasn't really a. It's not really a horror film. I would put the way the film was dealing with the horror elements of it too. Yeah, if I would, it was more like maybe sci-fi thriller, maybe. But that's why I'm putting it here for Halloween month. So if it did feel like a horror film to me, why would I put it here? You know. So the part of me did feel like it was a horror film, sci-fi horror thriller, a little bit of comedy in it. So if you just think it's a horror film or not, though, I'll leave that up to you, though. But part of me think it was a little bit of horror. But part of that's why people thought it was misleading on the trailer on that, especially when the second trailer came out. So, excuse me. But overall, I did enjoy Nope. It was a very fun film. And what I said, I did talk a little negativity about the film before it came out, though, but I was wrong on the movie. Once again, I was proven wrong. That's the thing is, I would like to be proven wrong when it comes to films, right? I wanted to surprise me. I wanted to prove me wrong, you know? That's what we go to movies. Whether you either talk trash about it when you go see it, you get proven wrong, right? There is films in the past that I talked trash about that I was proven wrong on when they came out. World War Z. That proved me wrong. I enjoyed World War Z. So the same thing with this movie here. So yeah, so that's my review on Nope. Like I said, how the cut because from night to day, right? But I still enjoy the movie. So that's I give a thumbs up for Nope. I do. And Jordan Peele, just make more movies like Get Out and Nope. You know, don't make another one like Us or Candyman. Just make another good one like what we did with Get Out or Nope, right? Then we'd be more interested. But anyway, that's my review for Nope. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next review, and we'll see you more for Halloween month. Later.